Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here, your continued love and support here on the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. You may also want to check out my second tarot channel, Neptune's Child Tarot, where I do also have a bunch of other pick your card readings posted for you guys there as well. I'm also available for private readings. If you're wanting booking information, please go to the description box. And there you will find my email. So you can just send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings as well as the other services that I do provide. So I do want to thank all of you guys so much for dropping your ideas that you had for pick your cards in the post that I did last week. And also thank you guys all so much for your patience as I did have some life things that are, my family and I are kind of navigating through at this time. So super grateful to have each and every one of you for being so loving and so supportive. So today's reading, we are doing what you don't see coming. What you don't see about your connection with your person. Okay. And for those of you that are a little confused by that, when we're saying your person, this is the person, your romantic love interest that you do have on your mind, okay? So what you don't see about this connection, which is the connection that you have on your mind with a specific love interest. If by chance you do have more than one love interest on your mind, you can certainly choose a different pile for a different romantic interest that you have, okay? So once again, what you don't see about this connection. I am going to be choosing one of these cards to help you guys with choosing your pile today. So pile one, what you don't see about this connection. And we'll take a look at them in just a moment. So pile two, what you don't see about this connection, and then pile three. Okay, so let's see what we got. Pile one, we have metal. Pile two, we have the snail. And then pile number three, we do have environment. So let me add some crystals in here for you guys, and then you can make your selection. Okay, so now we've got our crystals here. I don't remember one of the names of one of them. So pile one, you are going to be the metal card, and that is with this little red Jasper here. Pile two, you are going to be the snail, and I'm not sure what this one is. It might be like an ocean jasper, and that is with the snail. That's for pile two. And then pile number three, we have environment, and that is going to be with this Bllodstone for pile number three. Okay, so once again, what you don't see about this connection, the connection on your mind with between you and your love interest. Pile one with metal and the red jasper, pile two with the snail, we're just going to call it ocean jasper, and then pile number three with environment and the Bllodstone. Timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Hi pile one, so those of you that resonated with the metal card and the little red jasper here, this is going to be your reading today. And so we are finding out what you don't see about this connection. So the connection between you and your love interest. And if you guys do hear some kind of like little white noise in the background, there is a pond outside, and so that sound is actually the pump for the pond. So I apologize if it's a little bit too loud, but it kind of sounds like soft white noise. Okay, so let's see. Pile 1, what you don't see about this connection. Okay, so we have the 10 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. What don't you see about this connection? We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. We have the Fool. We have the Mentor, which is the Hierophant. We have the Empress in reverse. What don't you see? I think I'm going to take that in reverse as well. And then we have this Strength card here. Okay, so what don't you see about this connection? Let's see what's at the bottom. We do have the 3 of Wands. Okay, so some of you could be dealing with a Leo. We've also got Taurus, Libra, and Aquarius energy here. Okay, so what I'm kind of seeing about this, and I almost kind of feel like with the question that we're asking today, what you don't see about this connection, it kind of feels like looking at this energy, this would be something that you would be able to feel. I feel like between you and this person. This could be either you, the other person, or even a combination of the energy that's happening here with you, between you and this person. It kind of looks like someone in this connection, or even both of you, there is a lesson here, okay? And I feel like this lesson here has to do with allowing yourself to open up at a level of the heart, because this almost kind of looks like someone here could be holding on to, or again, that might be both of you, is holding back here. Is holding back and maybe not letting love in, or not allowing themselves to let those feelings flow. So it may be resistance on your side, or even the other person's side. But like I said, if you're the person who's, giving love, you might be able to tell if the other person is kind of resistant, or they're kind of being a little bit more guarded or defensive with you. And so I feel like what you're not seeing about this connection is that there are feelings that are here, okay? There are these feelings of love, and I feel very strong emotions, but it kind of feels like someone has some fears to overcome. And so this connection between you and this person could be challenging either the two of you, or one or the other, whoever is kind of holding back a little bit, to be able to really open up and to be encouraged to allow themselves to receive. Because we do have this Empress in reverse, and sometimes with that Empress in reverse, it could be when we are being a little bit disconnected or even detached from our heart space, and we may have that opportunity to connect with another and to really allow ourselves to kind of open up into letting someone in, And so I feel like with the 3 of Wands energy here, this is more or less about, a need, I feel like, for change between the two of you. And perhaps for some of you, someone could certainly be holding on to old energies from past or, previous situations that one is allowing to interfere with the connection here between you and this person. And so this could certainly be like I said, a lesson here about really changing certain belief systems, you know, about comparing your connection with this person to past situations that you've gone through. Okay. And I feel like that's only helping to solidify the connection that you guys do have with each other to make and create change. I feel like you and this person could be, you know, dealing with some challenges or some obstacles with really both of you really opening up here. And so with the full energy here, this is more or less about taking that leap of faith into that new beginning, which means that we're releasing and letting go of things from the past and not allowing them to interfere with what we've got going on now. And so this kind of feels like there is some closed off energy. But like I said, if you're the one that's kind of open, receptive to love, and you're dealing with a person who's closed off, you might already feel that, you know? So you might, like I said, be already tuned into that and feeling like, okay, I can tell that this person is holding back. So I do want to clarify this a little bit. I want to, yeah, I'm seeing Magician is underneath that. So Gemini, Virgo, we've also got the Chariot here, which is Cancer energy. The Magician is about focused intention, you know? So I almost kind of feel like Spirit's saying that if you and this person are really wanting to move this relationship forward or this connection forward, there's a need for the two of you to find balance. And of course, you know, you can do what you do on your side. You're not responsible for how, you know, the other person chooses to do things in connection. But I feel like there is a very clear message here about the need for focusing the intention on trying to find the balance in this connection. And that could certainly be about encouraging, you know, being as supportive as one can as a partner. Because like I said, it kind of feels like there is some resistant energy here, with the person kind of opening up and allowing themselves to just kind of flow into it, you know. And you might be more so inclined to do so. You could be, like I said, dealing with a partner who is a little bit more closed off, a little bit more challenged when it comes to being as vulnerable. But I feel like Spirit's saying the important thing here is to focus on finding that balance. I do want to clarify this Empress in reverse here. We have the Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Hermit. Okay, so I'm feeling that this is where Spirit is saying there may be a need for really working on communication here. Okay, improving the communication. Learning to be more expressive, you know, with what you're feeling. Because sometimes it might even be a situation where both of you are kind of going into the connection and are noticing that there's a little bit of a block there, you know, a little bit of resistance, maybe even on both sides, and you're having difficulties with maybe getting something to progress or to move forward, to make some progress here. So I feel like communication is going to be something that is super important for you and this person. We do have the Hermit energy here, which is also Virgo, and then we've got air sign, again, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. So it is important, I feel like Spirit's saying, to really kind of get more comfortable with being a little bit more open. And perhaps on your side, this is you talking about your desire, you know, to be more open, you know, or even creating a space in the connection for one to feel comfortable with doing so, you know. And sometimes this means that we often take the lead with telling the person how we feel, where our mind is at, where our thoughts are at, and kind of showing the person, you know, what our own intentions are with the connection. So that might be something that's helpful for some of you, is to really just kind of like open up and really learn how to not be afraid of also expressing yourself and your feelings and your thoughts, and being very honest, you know, about how you feel and what your intentions are, what your maybe even expectations are for this connection. And that might be something for some of you that helps to the other person to feel a little bit more inclined to, you know, be as honest as you are, because you've kind of created that energy within the connection where it is kind of like that safe space to say what you want to say, right, to each other with an open heart, open mind. So that could be something that's helpful there as well. So I want to look at some oracle here. So what don't you see about this connection? What don't you see about this connection? You know, it kind of feels like one person's energy might be a little bit withdrawn. You know, really afraid of opening up. Like I said, if you're the person who's the opposite of that, you could probably tell, you know, when a person's just holding back a little bit. Okay, so pile one, what don't you see about this connection? We have release here and letting go. Number 24. We also have removal of obstacles, catharsis. Number 8. And then we have family and bloodline here with the tomato. And then we have silence here and introspection, which we certainly have here with the Hermit energy. It kind of feels like both of you, you know, have something to voice to one another, and perhaps both of you are holding back. You know, we have, funny, this card is called Hearts of Bustin', which makes me feel, like I said, there's definitely feelings and emotions here, but someone or the two of you are kind of holding back here. Okay, with the whole release and letting go, you know, that 10 of Wands energy is about letting go of energetic heaviness, weight, things from your past. You know, perhaps some of you could be dealing with a situation, because we do have family and bloodline here, where perhaps there's some inner child wounds. You know, so I feel like this is important for both of you, you know. Of course, you're watching the reading today, but I feel like this is a time where you might, you know, take a pause and do your own introspecting to say, okay, what kind of energy am I bringing into, you know, this connection with this person? Is there something that I can work on energetically to help remove, you know, certain belief systems that I have? So I feel like that's important, right? To see what kind of energy we're bringing into relationship. Are we bringing in insecurities? Are we bringing in, you know, old limiting belief systems surrounding love, or even past, you know, familial type of karmic cycles and energy, you know? So we can kind of work towards overcoming our own fears, being confident, right? More or less when we're moving into a new connection in love. Of course, you know, we're only in control of the work that we do, right? And that we bring to the table here. But this could also be a time for you to work on releasing and letting go of some things that you know, right? Or could be creating obstacles in a relationship, okay? I do feel like the feelings and the emotions that you do have between you and this person are something that are definitely there, okay? And maybe this gives you the opportunity to really take some time to put those feelings, those emotions into words, so that you're able to, you know, tell, like I said, the person what you want to say or how you feel here. And that can certainly be something that encourages even the other person to be just as honest, you know, with saying that as well. So I do also want to, let's get a little bit more here. You know, some of you might also have a situation playing out here for you. Okay, I don't think that's for all of you, but some of you, I feel like there is most certainly a lesson here. And this could be something that's coming through from your own family line, like some type of cycle that's being repeated here, you know, and perhaps if there has been some type of inner childhood wound, you could be seeing how that's kind of playing out within this connection, or even other connections that you may have had recently. you know, where spirit is kind of showing you here that this is a block, right? This is something that we have to work on healing, releasing, letting go of, so that we can really open up to changing the dynamic when it comes to love and connections with others. Let's see what else. We've got bond here and perspective, right? So, you know, of course it takes two, both of you, to kind of take that time for introspection and take some time to think about things. You know, of course, what you might not be seeing about it is that how certain cycles might be, like I said, playing out in this situation. But when we can take a step back, right, and say, okay, what's going on here? What's happening in this situation? You know, we can work towards changing our perspective going into the connection, you know, working on bonding with another person, really opening up our heart. Okay. Some of you might, you know, not out of the ordinary, you know, for us to sometimes be carrying still energetic heaviness or weight from previous situations or even childhood, right? So I feel like this is what Spirit is saying. It's an important time for you to see how we're showing up in a connection with another, or may even be able to, you know, recognize when another person is having a little bit of a struggle, right? When we can kind of say, okay, yes, this person is still holding on to this stuff. Now, it's not, of course, our job to heal them and to fix them, but we can certainly work towards changing the ways in which we go about something, right? With improving communication, being more open, holding space, right, for another, especially if we recognize that this another person that we're dealing with is someone who does have wounds, and trying different things, right, with really trying to open up and trying to bond. I do feel like you and this person do have a very deep connection with each other, but I'm also seeing nature here at the bottom and observe. So this may also be an important time for you to really kind of take a look at what's happening in the connection between you and this person. We have nature here, so it kind of makes me feel like Spirit's saying don't force things, right? The energy of observance for you could also be just kind of watching the dynamic here. Like, how else can I go about doing this or saying that or encouraging in a way with this person? And certainly, you know, helping you in a sense to be more open, right? Into changing dynamic within this connection or even future connections for you. You know, if this is something that you're feeling is not working for you, okay, which for some of you, you could be, you know, trying to put the effort into making this connection work with this person. But if you're at that point where you feel like, okay, I've done the things, it's not working, you know, but this can certainly be lessons, information that you take with you moving forward, so we can kind of go into a new situation in the future, if that's what you choose to do, with different, where we're integrating what we've learned, right, from it. So I feel like there's something here that's playing out here that's important for you to see, okay? So it could be a past dynamic that you've had from previous connections. I do feel like there's something valuable for both you and the other person. Okay, for you to kind of look at here. There's something very important for you here in terms of love and openness and receptivity, you know, because we also have the Empress in reverse. I mean, this might be a need for focusing on self-love, learning to love the self. This connection could be something that could be, for some of you, giving you a lesson of learning how to love yourself so that you could be open to receiving love from another, right? And that might be a lesson that you're teaching this person, where you're their teacher in a sense, where you are kind of showing to them, this is how love can be, right? You can show them how to, love themselves, or to even, kind of serve as a catalyst for this person to embark on their own journey of self-love and healing, so that they can change the way that they think about love, right? So it could be a vice versa thing, or even the two of you coming together to learn this lesson together, where both of you learn to love yourself so that you can be more open and receptive to receiving love, okay? And also giving love could be something important there. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, pile one. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile two. So those of you that resonated with the snail in this little, what we're calling ocean Jasper for today, because I don't remember the name of it, we're finding out what you don't see about the connection, okay, that you have on your mind with your love interest. So we're going to be pulling some tarot and then some oracle cards as well. I do apologize if you guys can hear a little white noise in the background. There is actually a little koi pond in the backyard of the place that I'm at right now, and so the pump is a little noisy. But let's see. So what don't you see about this connection, pile 2? What don't you see about this connection, pile 2? Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. What don't you see about this connection, pile 2? Okay, so 9 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. We have the 9 of Cups. Let's see. What don't you see about this connection? The Ace of Swords in reverse. We've got the Knight of Swords, and then we also have the Hanged Man. Okay, and as I told pile 1, even though we are asking Spirit today what you don't see about this connection, I kind of feel that those of you, especially that are very intuitive, you know, super tapped into your energy, the other person's energy, you might already have an intuitive feeling about this is what's going on, you know. Even though we're asking Spirit what you don't see, you could feel it, most certainly if you're tapped in. So with what I feel like you don't see about this connection is that I do feel like there are some trust issues here, and that could be within you or even the other person or even a combination here, okay? There might be, for some of you, because we do have the 5 of Swords present, there might be a little bit of a toxic undertone here, and that might more or less be when people are stuck in a self-sabotaging type of thinking, okay? Now that could be something that's happening on your side or even the other person's side. Somebody could very well be kind of moving into a self-sabotaging behavior, which is creating a lack of clarity here. And I'm also feeling that this could be something that's bringing about a lot of fears, insecurities, anxiety, perhaps even a lack of clarity with where this connection is headed is kind of what this feels like. Okay, we do have the Hangman energy here, which can sometimes be where a person's perspective might be something that is preventing or even creating stagnancy with something progressing and moving forward. Okay, the important thing I feel like here for both of you, because if either one of you are, you know, coming in with this 5 of Swords energy, which might be a little bit challenging, okay, some of you maybe more so than others. The 5 of Swords can certainly talk about betrayal, trust issues, you know, someone who's been hurt or even abused in some way by previous partners, relationships. And so there could certainly be some self-sabotaging energy. There might even be people who are being very defensive, you know, with the relationship. Now, I do feel that there is a consideration here within this connection between you and this person for a long-term relationship, especially if you're not already in a committed partnership with this person. I do also feel that there's a dynamic here where one person is wanting to move things maybe a little bit quicker than the other. One person is more or less kind of taking their time, and one person might be, you know, trying to push forward a little bit more for serious commitment, especially if you're not already committed to this person. Okay, so I feel like what Spirit's saying here is that someone's perspective, okay, could be stuck in an old way of thinking and could be bringing about a lot of fears and anxiety surrounding relationships. So you could be, some of you could be connecting with the person who does have commitment phobia, you know, fears of commitment. And so that might be a little bit frustrating, you know, for you. If you're the one who's wanting to, and ready, you know, to kind of move things forward, and you're dealing with someone whose fears and self-sabotaging thoughts or even behaviors are creating delays or setbacks here. It could also be completely flip-flopped around, where you could be the person who is more or less, you know, self-sabotaging, or, you know, taking things a little bit slower and has trust issues because of previous situations that you've gone through, where they're the person who's feeling more secure and, like, you know, confident and saying, okay, yes, I want this to move forward. And you might be the one, you know, with anxiety. So feel free to reverse the energies as necessary. I also noticed that you guys chose a snail, and that reminds me a lot of the Knight of Pentacles energy as far as movement, because both of these can be quite slow in moving here. I also look at the snail as like a very independent energy. I mean, he does have his own house attached to his body, or her body. So, you know, I kind of feel like one person is feeling a lot more confident, a lot more secure in the connection, the relationship, you know, wanting to further expand and grow the relationship. I'm noticing this Queen of Pentacles has, she's holding on to a rabbit there. And rabbits are, you know, a symbol of fertility and sexuality, growth, things of that nature. So it kind of feels, you know, that someone is definitely wanting to nurture the relationship. One person is far more confident than the other. I feel like one person has a little bit of some anxiety, a little bit of worrying. And so if you're the person who's waiting, you know, for them to make the next move or for them to speak up and say something, that can certainly lead to frustration on your side, or vice versa, you know, where they're the person who's feeling a little bit frustrated because things haven't, you know, progressed yet. So there is a little bit of a lack of clarity here, I feel like, for both you and this person. But I feel like what's important to understand here, no matter what side you're on, is to understand that if something is kind of feels like it's stuck in limbo, the reason why is because two of you are coming in with a little bit of some conflicting energy here, where one person is kind of caught up, like I said, with in their head a little bit instead of in their heart space. Okay, so what else do we have here? We've got Pisces energy here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then we also have Earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you know? So if you've been questioning, like, what's the holdup? Why isn't this moving forward? Or why is this person moving so slow? Or, you know, what is on this person's mind? What are they thinking? Depending, again, like I said, on which person you are here, because one person is very secure in knowing, okay, yes, I want to move forward. And then the other person is a little bit more resistant, maybe some fear-based thinking when it comes to a long-term relationship. So regardless, you know, or I want to say, no matter what side you're on here, this is where things might be stuck, is because we might be on two different pages here, okay? And I feel like it's more so because someone here, like I said, could be caught up in their head versus dropping down into their heart space and feeling things out, versus kind of maybe overthinking, overanalyzing instead of just flowing, okay? With the Hangman, sometimes this can create an energy of stagnancy, which means something's stuck in limbo. It's not progressing. It's not moving forward. It's at a place of stasis, which means nothing's happening. So I think I want to clarify the Nine of Swords here. We've got the Moon and the Emperor. So Aries, and then we've also got more Pisces energy. So it looks like whoever this person is, it has a little bit of this anxiety here. This person could be someone, again, you or them, who's got maybe some irrational fears, some insecurities, some doubts in their mind. You know, we do have the Emperor here, which is about stability and structure and foundation. So that could be more or less you and this other person moving into, you know, serious relationship, especially if you're not there yet. I don't feel like all of you that have chosen this pile are in that situation. Some of you, I feel like you might already be in a committed relationship with this person. And if you are, if you're married to this person or you're already in a long-term relationship, maybe what you don't see about this connection is that one person I want to say might be checked out. Okay. Now that could be you. It could be the person that you're dealing with. Okay. And so if that is the case, this person that you're either married to or in a relationship with, there might be, again, with the Five of Swords here, there could be a lot of resentment towards a partner. You know, one partner could be far more invested into the relationship than the other one is. Okay. So that could be something that's creating a lot of stagnancy in your marriage or in your relationship, where there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding what the future will be between you and this person if the two of you are married or in a relationship. So that's another thing that I'm seeing here. But I don't feel like that's all of your situations, but I do have to say it because I am seeing it here. So yes, there could certainly be, if you're not committed to this person, there could certainly be a lot of concerns about trying to work towards creating a stable foundation for this relationship. But then also, like I said, maybe a person who's got some fears here. So let's look at this Ace of Swords in reverse. We've got the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Two of Wands. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, if you are in a committed relationship with this person, you're married or in a long-term relationship, someone's checked out. Okay, someone is checked out. And I feel like if that is you, you know, not if it's you, if it's your dynamic with this person, you're kind of feeling, why is my partner different? Why, if we're married or if we're in a long-term relationship, why does it feel different? Someone's checked out here. And if that is the case, right, what you don't see about it is that it could be a connection where there is resentment, anger, insecurities surrounding the future of your connection with this person. Someone might even be making plans to leave, okay? Indecisive about whether or not they want to leave or they want to walk away from the relationship, okay? And that is more or less going to be for those of you where you're kind of feeling there's a little bit of an unhealthy or even toxic dynamic in a marriage or in a long-term relationship, okay? The Eight of Cups is about walking away. It's about emotional detachment, withdrawal. So there might even be, a person who feels emotionally withdrawn from their partner, and of course there would be a lot of uncertainty surrounding what the future of that relationship is going to be and indecision about whether or not to walk away. Okay. But that is more or less for those of you that are in that relationship type of situation. Those of you where you're not committed to this person. Okay. Like I said, there's an energy here of stagnancy. Okay. With one person who is wanting to move the relationship forward, or maybe even reconciling for some of you, especially if you're broken up with this person. And one person who is feeling insecure about moving the relationship forward. One person, the person who's on the side of having trust issues, insecurities, commitment fears, could be someone who, as a way of protecting themselves and their energy, they could be someone, I'm sorry, there's a fly in here. They could be someone who feels that keeping themselves detached, emotionally detached, makes them feel safer, than really kind of opening up here. So that could also be a reason why, for some of you, if you're questioning, like, why isn't this person moving forward? Why are they taking things so slow? There's some insecurities here, Some of you could very well be dealing with a person who has a tendency to be an avoidant. They might feel some uncertainty about committing. They could have fears that are brought up in their mind as soon as the idea or the topic of commitment comes up. Okay. Now, like I said, it could be vice versa. It could be where you're the person who has fears of committing, you know, because of previous situations that you've gone through, and you're more or less wanting to take things slow. And the other person is very secure and sure and confident, like, you know, that they want to move things forward. So there is a little bit of a challenging energy here. Okay. So let's kind of see what else is coming through here. Let's pull some oracle. So what don't you see about this connection? Oops. We're going to take this one. We've got fortitude and confidence. Number 17. So what don't you see about this connection? Pile 2. We have the Grove with divinity and awe. Number 22. We have Oak, number 40, with hero and icon. And then we have the Bayou here with emotions and manifestation. Okay. I'm also seeing at the bottom of the deck, we have ethereal beauty and shyness. Okay. So perhaps this is a time for someone, or even the two of you, to be more open. This is kind of similar to a message that came through in pile 1, but this reading is different. Perhaps about a person feeling more confident with expressing their feelings, their emotions, could be something important here. Okay. I do feel like it's also important for one to be able to feel a sense of confidence within themselves, with being able to speak their truth and say what it is that they want to say, regardless of what your situation is with this person, whether you're, in a situation that you're wanting to get out of, or you might feel that your partner is detached from you, especially for those of you where you're in a committed relationships already. And for those of you that are not, in a committed relationship with this person, I feel like what Spirit's saying here is that confidence is going to be something that is required in order, right, for this connection to be able to move forward. So this might mean you or even the other person working on resolving or healing even those trust issues, betrayal wounds, any type of victim mentality or defensiveness, That could be something that one needs to work on, feeling more secure within themselves, especially if you're dealing with a person who's an avoidant, or a person who has a tendency to stay more emotionally detached. This may also be an important time for each of you and this person to take some space, from each other too, because the Hangman can also be about taking a pause, and about letting go, maybe letting something go. So it might also be that if you feel right now that your connection with this person isn't really progressing and moving forward, is it better for you to choose to withdraw your energy from them and to give this person some space to think about what they want here, and if it is something that they want to move forward with. So space may also be something that's important. Okay. Also, if you're in a committed relationship or married to this person, you're kind of feeling there's a little bit of a disconnect between you and your partner, this may be a time for you to really kind of take some space, maybe a little weekend getaway, or even, a pause for yourself to think about how you want to communicate this to your partner. I feel like that's going to be super important for you guys as well. So let's see what else. What don't you see about this connection, pile 2? We have dominance here. So this could perhaps be that one person is trying to control the other. It might be that something has a power over someone, meaning that this could be fears. It could be past situations that are keeping a person, held down. When I look at this crow here, kind of putting its claw on the other bird, holding it down, it makes me even feel for those of you where either you or the other person is dealing with past energies that are still causing kind of like having control over them, you know, kind of like when we go, let's just say we go through something traumatic, and that trauma is something that keeps, you know, affecting us emotionally, mentally, which could certainly be the case here with this. Okay. Let's see what else. I'm also feeling this is a need for you in this situation to release control. Okay. To try to release control here, especially if you're someone who's trying to force this to work and you feel like, okay, it's not happening. This could be a time where you need to kind of surrender to it, because that's also what the Hangman is about, a need for surrender. Meaning we cannot force something to happen. We cannot force a relationship or a connection to work. If it feels like there's a disconnect, or people are kind of drifting apart, or even if a person is choosing to walk away, you know, we need to trust that it's happening for a reason. Okay. And sometimes that is difficult for us to accept, you know, because we might really like someone or have feelings for them. But we also have freedom here too. What don't you see about this connection? We've got nature. Okay. And then we have self-interest here and insight. So this may also be, especially if this person is distant from you, or there is some distance here, this may be an important time for you to really kind of think about what it is that you're really looking for when it comes to love. And if this person is even fitting into that anymore, you know, regardless if it's, you know, a fairly new connection or you're with this person in a committed relationship, this could also be a time for you to focus on you. You know, self-interest here could be creating a little bit of a detachment here between you and this person, you know, especially if they're choosing to stay withdrawn or they're choosing to walk away from the connection. You know, the distance could be something that's, and space could be something needed. You know, someone could be thinking like, I need some time and space alone to figure out what I want right now, or I need to focus on myself right now. I feel like an important message here is kind of like letting things flow, okay, without trying to force or control them is going to be important, okay? Because if someone is not on the same page, we can't make them be, you know. Someone needs to have the freedom to be able to make whatever choices they feel are going to be the most beneficial to them. And if this person feels that this dynamic or this connection, or even if they're not ready to heal yet, they're not ready to open up, you know, we can't force someone, you know, to be with us or to stay or to, you know, anything like that. So perhaps for some of you, taking also some time and some space for you, you know, because you could also be in this situation where you feel like someone is trying to control you or trying to force you or trying to, you know, restrict what you're doing. So this could also be where you feel like I need my freedom, you know. Some of you might be, like I said, in a toxic relationship where you might be feeling a lot of resentment or anger even towards the person because they're trying to control you or be possessive over you in some way. And you might be feeling like, you know what, I want my freedom. So some of you, that might even be something for you where it's important for you to also do what is best for you. And perhaps this is like, what do I like? What am I interested in? What are my passions? This could be a time of self-discovery for some of you. Okay, so what else do I want to do? I think I want to get some advice for you here, pile 2. Let's see what your advice is. What is pile 2's advice? We have the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. And I almost feel like what Spirit is telling you here is that you deserve happiness, you deserve love, you deserve to be surrounded and connected with people who, you know, are also in that same beautiful energies. I'm seeing we have the Ace of Pentacles here and the 6 of Wands, the Wheel of Life, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So again, this is your choice, you know, whatever it is that you choose to do. Some of you could very well be, Spirit could be encouraging you to embark on a new beginning. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune can also be, you know, maybe taking notice if you've been in a cycle with this person that's kind of ongoing and it feels like it's not really progressing and moving forward. Some of you, this might be a time of great change in your life, you know. You could be transitioning out or away from this relationship or this connection and opening yourself up to a new beginning, which is going to help to improve, you know, especially if you're noticing that this connection isn't really working. This could be you at a major turning point with this person, with this connection. Spirit could be trying to guide you towards a new beginning, especially if you feel like this relationship is no longer resonant for you or it's not flowing, it's not moving. Some of you could be, you know, choosing to move forward or choosing to move on from this connection, okay? Some of you, this space, this distance could be something that's needed in order for you to have a new begin with this person, okay? And I don't feel like that's going to be the case for all of you, but certainly this can give perspective to both of you, to seeing, okay, whether or not you both want to make this relationship work, to be able to make the positive changes and improvements where both of you are facing those challenges and those obstacles together and willing to put the work in to make it work, okay? So I feel like it's going to be different for all of you depending on where you're at with this person, okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, Pile 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the environment card and the little Bllodstone crystal, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out what you don't see about this connection. Okay, so the person that you have on your mind. Let's see, Pile 3. And if you guys, I'm sorry, I do apologize if you guys hear a little bit of white noise in the background. The location that I'm at actually has a little koi pond in the backyard. And so the pump for the pond is a little noisy, but there's nothing I can do about it. So we just have to roll with it. Okay, so what don't you see about this connection, Pile 3? What don't you see about this connection? Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. We have the Wheel of Life, which is the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups. We also have the Djinn, which is the Devil card. What don't you see about this connection? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so what don't you see about this connection? We've got the Nine of Swords at the bottom, and the Queen of Wands is right underneath that with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I am going to clarify a little bit, but I want to start off with saying that I do feel like both you and this other person do have very strong feelings or attraction towards one another, okay? It's going to be different for all of you depending on where you're at with this person. Some of you, it's a newer connection. Some of you, it's an older connection where there's more mature feelings and emotions. But there's definitely love that is here between the two of you. I do feel some of you, there could be some difficulties or challenges surrounding voicing or expressing how deep those feelings really are. So it might even be a situation where you're kind of picking up that this person does have feelings towards you, but they're not saying to you how or how deep or what kind of feelings. It could be something that they're keeping a secret, something that they're having difficulty or challenging with just saying it. Okay. I actually feel like there's a very beautiful energy between both you and this person. I feel like there is consideration here for future energies, or even the two of you guys like having a long-term relationship, especially if you're not already committed to this person. I'm noticing in this Five of Wands card how these two little, what are they, rams? How they're kind of like, they look like they're butting heads with each other, you know, where their little spears are kind of like crossed each other. And we do have the Devil here. So this does make me feel like someone's afraid of voicing how deep their feelings are, but there's certainly feelings and emotions that are here. It kind of feels like someone's holding back with not saying it. Okay, there could be a lot of, maybe a little bit of some fears and anxiety. I definitely feel like there's this energy here of wanting to move this connection forward. So I do want to clarify this devil here. Some of you could be dealing with Capricorn. We've also got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We actually have all the zodiacs here, kind of. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Capricorn is here. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, this is the 4 fixed zodiac signs: Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. Let's see. Now, excuse me. You guys did choose the card that says environment on it. And it kind of looks like around this little, I don't know if it's a tree or a seed or something like that, but it kind of looks like there's this energy that's kind of circulating around it. It kind of makes me feel that for some of you, there might be certain fear, either within you or the other person, that is being affected by one's environment. Meaning, like, let's just say if you and this person work together, okay? And there is a holding back here because a person is afraid of taking that risk of changing what the circumstances are between the two of you because of work, or because of, you know, one person having a certain job, or, you know, something that could be playing into that as well. It could also be, you know, where a person lives, or where, if there's outside influences, you know, that could also be creating some type of challenging energy here as well. As I'm saying that, I'm seeing the Lovers here at the bottom. So like I said, I definitely feel like there's a very deep connection that's here between you and this person. This is Gemini energy. So let's look at this Devil card here. You know, sometimes friends can be influences, or family members, or even distance, right? That could be something. We've got the King of Swords. We have the Strength card. And then we have the King of Wands. Okay, so definitely feeling a very strong soulmate energy between you and this person. Very strong attraction. Like I said, I kind of feel like what you don't see about this connection is that there's mutual feelings that are here. Okay, it's just that one person, or even both of you. I mean, both of you could be not saying anything to each other, or we could even have a situation where one person has said it and the other person hasn't yet. And I feel like there's a strong desire to, especially for the person that hasn't spoken about their feelings yet, there's a very strong desire. There's a strong pull, energetic, magnetic energy that this person does feel towards you, okay? The person who's holding back, okay, could certainly be trying to work towards, really working towards calming and grounding their energy to be able to speak their truth, to speak what it is that they want to say to you, which I feel like is expressing these deep feelings that are here. Some of you could also be dealing with a Leo. I do want to look at this 5 of Wands energy here. We've got the 4 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. So yes, there's definitely, I almost kind of get this energy where this person, someone is almost kind of like not letting you in on how deep their feelings really are. They might have the opportunity to do so. Like, even if you ask this person, like, how do you feel? How do you feel towards me? Or do you have feelings towards me? Or do you like me? Do you feel the same? And I almost kind of feel like this person might be giving off this energy towards you where they either choose not to say anything altogether, or they could be acting like they're withdrawn and they don't feel as deeply as they really do. Okay? And that can be something that's confusing for you, because this person's energy might be confusing. It could be that you feel like they love you, or that they're very drawn to you, and it's like, why won't you say it? Why don't you just say it? Or why don't you tell me, you know, how you really feel? So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this pile. Why is the 5 of Wands here? Like, resisting. Like, you almost can feel like, why are you holding back? I know you like me. I know you love me. Why don't you just say it? Why is the Five of Wands here? Six of Wands. Yeah, I almost feel like someone's resisting here. Someone's resisting. Like denial, okay? Someone's in denial. When there really is something very strong between you and this person. Okay, we've also got Aquarius energy here. So what don't you see about this connection, pile number 3? We have the dog here with loyalty and belonging. I almost kind of feel like what Spirit is saying here, especially if this person hasn't spoken up and said anything to you, that their heart is loyal to you. Your hearts may be loyal to one another. Okay. Let's see. Regardless of what circumstances are, right? We've also got the Crow here with dashed hopes and mourning. If there's separation here, it could even be that, you know, one is waiting for the other to contact, to say something. You know, one can certainly be mourning the loss of the other. Some of you may have even had to separate because of life circumstances that kind of have pulled you away. Okay, I'm feeling that in this pile. What don't you see? Some of you, I'm feeling, I don't know if I said this already, definitely soulmate connection here. We've got white pine here with longevity and a bright future. We have self-discovery and awakening. And then we also have faith and hope. So, okay, so I kind of feel like this is very positive news for you, pile 3. I almost kind of feel like whatever the circumstances are right now, I feel like Spirit is kind of giving this confirmation that things are going to change in your dynamic between you and this person in the near future. Perhaps this is a time for both of you to kind of awaken to your most authentic self. You know, especially if you feel like, okay, we're separated right now. It could be that this is a time for you to truly awaken to your highest version of self, right? In order for reconciliation to happen for some of you. It could also be that one is really listening to their heart, right? Learning to listen to what their heart and their feelings are saying in order for them to have that epiphany or realization about the connection. So I kind of feel like Spirit's saying, don't lose hope, okay, with this. Even though things might be a little bit up in the air right now, I feel like you guys are going to have a positive outcome when it comes to your connection with this person, okay? Let's see, pile 3. We have gifts here. Abundance, beautiful. And we have perspective. Yeah, so some of you might be needing to change your perspective about things, especially if you are mourning, you know, and saying, okay, maybe things are not perfect right now. Maybe, you know, some of you could be losing hope with things, but I feel like whoever side this is on, this is going to be a change of perspective, maybe that both people have, and really kind of awakening to the abundance that this connection truly has to offer between the two of you. You know, I feel like both of you have something very beautiful to share and to give with one another, and something truly beautiful. Okay, all right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 3. I do wish you all the best. I hope that this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.